Hey everybody, Morning Root Beer here, and we have a new Lilfa card, so let's react to it, because Lilfa's always been one of those archetypes that I wanted to like, but then the card itself was just so bad that I could just never get into it. So, we have Brightest Dreamer Lilfa. It's a dress-up, it's considered the old one. All of your grade 2 or greater units get boost, and all of your other grade 3 units with Lilfa in their name get shield plus 20,000, and auto on Vanguard Circle when it attacks. If all of your units are grade 2 or greater, you can counterblast 1, choose up to 3 of your rear guards, return them to your hand, then choose up to 2 grade 3 cards from your hand, call them to rear guard circles in the same column. So, this is a massive improvement over the old Lilfa in a lot of ways, so now the boost ability is just a continuous effect instead of having to like Soul Blast 1 to pay for it. So that's already really big, it helps you save resources. One of the things about Lilfa is a lot of her support needs to Soul Blast. So, biggest one being this grade 3 Sirtide, where you can Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. So the fact that you can save some of your soul to like draw more cards and not just like lose out on the boost and drop all of your power is really nice. And then of course the other ability where all of your Lilfas get extra shield is really big for your defensive game. You're going to be playing a lot of grade 3s anyways, so having a bit of shield value there is nice. If I was going to nitpick this card, I would have wished that it was just like a die liner straight up where all of your grade 3s get shield, but you know, this is still fine. And then the other big thing about this card is that you no longer have to commit a full board to do anything, so the biggest problem with the old Lilfa is this line of text. If your back row has 3 or more grade 2 or greater rear guards, like it just means that at any time you have to always have like a full board, and if you're playing against any kind of removal, like that's a big problem. If you brick, you know, that's a problem. Now, instead of like always needing to have 5 rear guards to do anything, you can just, as long as they're grade 2 or greater, you can just commit the bare minimum. You also bounce more cards instead of just bouncing like a single column. So the old one, you can only return 1 front row and 1 back row, whereas now it's any 3 cards. So, you know, with something like Varga that's still really popular in the meta, you do need to be able to like protect your front row. Like Blangdmeyer also has removal. Shoujo Doji is looking good, and that's another like heavy removal matchup. So this just gives you like a lot more flexibility in how you use your cards. Also, it's like on attack instead of the old Lilfa, which is at the end of battle, which means like you can assign the triggers to the unit you're calling back, which is another just like, hey, this is actually like good and flexible now. So yeah, really like this new Lilfa. It's a really strong card. Then we also have a new grade 3 support, Frolic Hopper Funet. So if you have a grade 3 or greater with Lilfa in its name, it gets 10k power and shield, active on both turns. Very similar to what Bastion was getting with his grade 3s. And then at the end of the battle attacks, while boosted by a grade 2 or greater, you can Energy Blast 3, choose a grade 2 or greater rear guard, return it to your hand. So again, this is just helping with your like defensive power, being able to like protect your board against removal, being able to bounce back shield. It also gives you more flexibility, so like you're probably going to be playing the old Lilfa if only for the shield value, so what you can do is you can call it as a booster and then bounce it back at the end of battle with this. So that's really nice, like good piece of support. And then the other thing is Immersed in Ripple Avnias. So once placed on rearguard circle other than during the battle phase, yay. If you have a Vanguard with Lilfa in its name, so this is any grade, you can Soul Blast 2 cards with Lilfa. This includes your ride line because they all have the name. Look at the top 5 card of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater unit with a different name, call it to rear, shuffle your deck. So pretty easy card advantage. You know, you do have like a decent amount of soul already, and your soul already has a lot of cards with Lilfa in their name, and one of the grade 2 supports can just take a Lilfa card from your drop zone and you can put it into your soul. So it's not like a terribly difficult requirement to fulfill. Like, these are all like really solid cards. I don't know if this will make Lilfa like meta all of a sudden, but the fact is like the deck is just more flexible now, which is always a good thing. Like, all of the insanely specific requirements from the old Lilfa have been eliminated, and with the benefit of hindsight, now that we have the new one, like, you can look back at this and realize that, like, the old Lilfa was just a bad card. So, yeah, like, the new Lilfa is really good, and, you know, I'm looking forward to experimenting with it. That's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.